Let's talk about independent sales reps. What are the advantages?
Oh my God, there's so many advantages. First of all, let me remind you what an independent sales rep is. So independent sales reps are sales representatives that sell the products of more than one company. So they're not on the payroll or directly controlled by a particular firm. Now, an independent sales rep doesn't necessarily mean it's just an individual working for themselves. Often they are, but also they're often groups of independent sales rep where perhaps there's one person who owns the sales rep group and has the other people working for him or her.
What would the advantage of this be?
Well, this is so cool, Chelsea. So it's a small independent startup firm. You can get sales reps that aren't just as good as what the big guys have. You can get better sales reps than they have. Because often the people, these independent sales reps, started a career and for years worked for the big guys. And they said, hey, there's a limit here on how much I can make. I'm going to go on my own and work on commission basis. And even though I'm working for smaller firms, because they're selling for more, because they're on commission, they have a chance of making more money. It's incredible. You can get the best in the business even though you're new. There's so many more advantages than that, Chelsea. It's just a starting point. A lot of these advantages are hidden. And I have ridden this wave so much. These people have helped me out so much. Because you're not just getting their sales abilities, you're getting their incredible inside of the picture. And remember, they have the inside of the picture from not just having sold products, but if they're good, having listened to what the customers want, having seen the industry evolve. And if they're selling multiple other small firms, they see the different sales points, what matters, what gets you in the door, what keeps you in the door. They're often happy to share that kind of information with you, the new startup, as long as you're nice to them. And I've gotten such help from these people over the years. It's amazing. You know, not just on what's a good deal to offer or, you know, how do I get into the account, but even how do I do my packaging or even a new idea for a product. There's no end to the wealth of information you get for these business. And I'll tell you a secret, Chelsea.
What's that?
This is one of the ways I've been able to go into businesses I know nothing about and still do very well. It's by riding the backs of these independent sales reps.
And I suppose it's great because it frees you up to do other things.
Absolutely. That's one of the hidden costs that happens when you're running your own sales force is you're either managing the sales force or you go and hire an expensive sales manager. With independent reps, you really don't need a sales manager. It's awesome. Not only that, you're not continually filling sales positions because these people tend to hang around a long time. With your own sales force, you're always filling positions, always vacant positions. But there are much bigger advantages than that. If you can work with these people, if you listen to them, they can bring in ideas, not just ideas on, you know, what to offer a discount on, what kind of deal you need to get in the door, how to structure your terms. They can come back and make suggestions to your packaging, on your sales materials. They can even come up with new product ideas for you. It's unbelievable what these people can do. Remember, they've been around the industry forever, and they've seen not only what the customers want, what the manufacturers do. They can give you insights that your own sales force can't. It's such a bonanza.
That all sounds great, Bob, but there must be disadvantages.
I don't think they're all that big, but let me tell you a few. So for one, you can't totally control where these people are going, which accounts they're visiting, how their schedule is set up, but more than that, you can't completely control that they're going to push your product and the product you want them to push. You know, sometimes that can be very frustrating. Another problem is what I call the first time out of the bag syndrome, especially when you're first getting lined up into business and they go out and present your product to an account and the account says no. They might never take that product out of their sales bag again. That might be it. So you've got to start out with these people running. I mean, sometimes I'd start out with an independent sales rep force, and I was really at a marginal product line, and they never get that excited about my line, no matter how much better I got, because I had it in their mind that I had a weak batch of products. I'd have to get rid of that sales group and get another one just so I could go in and start out on a stronger footing so they'd feel proud every time they took that product out of the bag. But you know, overall, these reps are great.
That's interesting, Bob. Before we go, what are the takeaways?
The takeaways is independent sales reps are great, and it's not just about, you know, not having the money of a big sales force. These people allow you to hire the most experienced people out there, but you got to be wary of that first time out of the bag syndrome. You can't just let them go. You got to motivate them a little bit.